Internal combustion engines have been seemingly on the brink of extinction for the better part of a decade now. Brands that built themselves on the shoulders of motorsport, like BMW, Ferrari, and Porsche, are all making a big push towards the electric future. And even the craziest hypercars these days are either fully EVs or some combination of hybrid. And look, we get it. Automakers are getting squeezed on both ends to keep coming up with ways to keep buyers, shareholders, and the government happy. And without a doubt, battery-powered transportation has a place in our world. But there's one company that still believes in us enthusiasts. They believe in the future of the combustion engine, with an option to bolt it to a manual transmission. And they're fighting for you and me right now.
They believe that driving enjoyment is just as important, if not more so, than a car's ability to get to 60 0.2 of a second quicker. They understand that enthusiasts want to feel truly connected to their cars.
So just like they did back in the 60s and 70s when they proved that simple, reliable Japanese transportation could also be a ton of fun, Toyota is back to save us all once again from the stark reality that is a world full of uninspired crossovers.
And they've brought a few choice weapons to the fight. But are they any good?
To find out, we've come to Utah Motorsports Park, where we're gonna get both the brand new GR Corolla and the new shift-it-yourself version of the Supra out on track. Now, full transparency here. Toyota flew us all the way out here to this beautiful resort. They're paying for the rooms and they're keeping us fed, but I want to be very clear. If either of these cars is no good, we will tell you. That being said, we had only just begun to flirt with how they drive, and I can tell you with a large amount of confidence, things are shaping up to be very good indeed.
Now, it's no secret that underneath the Z4 and the Supra are fraternal twins, but I can tell you right now, they are not the same car. Yes, the engine is straight from BMW. So are the brakes, so is the suspension, and so is much of the interior. As if any of that is a bad thing. Where the Supra starts to stand apart, though, is in the drive.
For starters, we can get this car with a manual transmission. And not just any old 6-speed, but a bespoke box made by ZF just for this car, tuned by Toyota themselves. Then there's the way it's got this eagerness to it. The BMW drives more like a Grand Touring Roadster. It's fun for sure, but also somehow muted slightly.
Here in the Supra, the steering has been tuned to feel more at the ready, and the suspension feels like it's always on some sort of high alert. It's more like a badly behaved puppy than the well-housebroken older dog.
But don't think for 1 second that Toyota's more track-focused tuning makes the car any less enjoyable to drive on the public road. Because the truth is, it just doesn't.
No, instead, it makes it feel like every Sunday morning coffee run is a timed lap. I'm a huge fan. It's great fun.
The clutch and shifter are more Japanese katana than Germanic Zweihander, and the engine is simply brilliant. It pulls hard all the way to redline and behaves more like a finely tuned NA engine than a turbocharged one. It's just smooth torque all the time from any RPM, and it absolutely sings to you towards the redline. And now with the same full power output from the affectionately labeled German 2J as its BMW brother, and the incredibly good transmission, it's honestly the sports car to buy in 2022. But there's just one problem. This is the all-new GR Corolla, and like its big brother the Supra, it's here to save the manuals, and remind us all that cars should be fun to drive.
It's a 3-cylinder, twin limited slip diff, all-wheel drive, 6-speed manual son of a rally car.
And unlike the Supra, it's got rear seats, which means 2 rear doors. And it's a hatchback, which means it's practical. And because it's all-wheel drive, you can take it to the mountains during the winter months.
And what's more, is it's very good fun.
You can throw this car at any corner at nearly any speed, and the all-wheel drive system just laughs it off. It's incredibly approachable and actually makes you want to take the car right to the limit. Even with all the electronic nannies switched off, try as we might, it's nearly impossible to get the car upset enough to want to throw itself off the track. You can drive it like a complete madman and it'll just bite down and claw its way around, punishing all 4 tires in the process. No drama, just insane fun.
But there are a few problems. First, the turbo lag.
We weren't expecting telepathic connection between your right foot and the rev counter that you get in, say, in LFA. But the turbocharger response in this car leaves a bit to be desired. You've got to jump on the throttle a bit sooner in the corner to get the power you want on corner exit to come on the right way. Secondly, it's somehow a little less violent and angry than we were hoping for. Again, don't get me wrong, it's big fun and overall an excellent little car, but in stock form, it's actually a bit softer than we would have expected. It's actually got a bit of body roll, and even though you can set the diffs to 70% rear bias, it doesn't quite make enough power to pitch itself into a proper drift. At least, not out on the tarmac, and without a bit of lift-off induced oversteer.
James May, rejoice.
Look, it's incredible that the car even exists. Like we said earlier, the rest of the world is moving forward towards the electric future, and Toyota builds us this squatty little hot hatch that throws cafe standards to the wind, all in the pursuit for downright fun.
But of the two, it's just not quite as fun to drive as the Supra. And I know it's much cheaper and clearly a very different car.
Maybe I'm a bit biased. I like rear-wheel drive cars. I like the more savage pull you get out of the inline 6. I like that even though the car is incredibly stable on track, you can get it wrong. It takes a slightly finer touch to hustle it around the track quickly than the Corolla.
But given the choice, I'd probably actually have one of these.
The GR86 blends some of the practicality of the Corolla with a bit of the rear-wheel drive smile factor of the Supra, and it starts at around 27 grand. It revs to 7,400 RPM, even though it feels like it revs closer to 9, and it only weighs 2,800 pounds. It's got razor-sharp handling, it's involving to drive, comes with all the modern tech you need, and might just be the best platform for modifications on sale today.
It stacks right up there with the Miata in the battle for the pure, simple, lightweight sports car crown. All 3 cars in the GR family are truly excellent, and I have a question for you. If I were to, well, I don't know, steal Brad's credit card and place an order for one for the channel, which one would you guys want to see the most? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll be reading and responding. Exciting stuff coming soon, you guys, so get subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on what we've got cooking here at Ideal. Big thanks to Toyota for letting us fling your cars around the track. It was a ton of fun. Thanks for watching, people. This is Trav. I'll see you next time.